Hello and welcome to another stream here on Behance and YouTube. All our global friends all around the world and all walks of life. My name is Anna Davis Court. I am a children's book illustrator. This is my best friend Anthony Sims and also
Hello, hello,
co-host of the
hello.
stream.
Hi, hi,
Anthony,
hi.
what was strange about your weekend? Rin
I
says do
watched
tell.
Stranger Things.
Hey! Yeah, who's on the Stranger Things train? Whoop whoop! We haven't watched
Woo!
any of Obi-Wan, but we've watched all of Stranger Things so
I watched
far.
Obi-Wan. It's only 2 episodes.
Yeah, I just need to catch up because we've been binge watching Stranger. Well, not binge watching in the traditional sense. 2 episodes at a time. I think the first one we did three. But I
I
just
mean, that's
watched.
still like 4 hours, isn't it? They're like an hour and 15 minutes each.
Oh, it's a lot. It's plenty of
Yeah.
content. I'm not saying like we're not sitting on the couch for way too long, but binge watching the entire season is possible. You could sit there and just do all 7 episodes, which the last one is like 2 episode length, so technically kind of like 8.
Yeah, I was talking to Sammy
Ooh.
about this, and we were talking about binge watching and whether it's episode based or time based, because an episode of Stranger Things in season one was like 45 minutes, and now they're an hour and 15 minutes, and other shows are like 20 minutes. So you could spend a whole day watching Stranger Things, not finish it, but isn't it still binge watching the whole thing? I don't know. It's weird.
No. Although, it's funny that you guys were talking about this because I just watched a Sarah Zed video about binge watching and how it's kind of ruining the experience of content consumption. Because there's apparently this thing going on where the old school story of Dracula is being texted to people like one chapter per week, and people are like freaking out together and being like, oh my gosh, I think this is gonna happen next. And it's like, it's a story that's been out for like a century or something,
Who's
but
texting this? Dracula?
Dracula's texting people. No, it's I don't know what it is that like with the organization, but she was just talking about how it was kind of bringing back the enjoyment of this piece of art because it wasn't all accessible all at once. If you choose to consume it this way, it was accessible, or it is accessible in general, but just saying like it's given to you in a way that makes it only a chunk at a time, which is
You know,
fun.
this reminds me, Kyle was talking to me about this a couple of years ago, how he signed up for some public library thing on Instagram, and their stories, their Instagram stories, or reels maybe it was, would show like one page for that day, and then you would tune back
Yeah,
in the next day for the next page of the story, something like that.
totally. That sequential stuff. I feel like it does give your brain something that binge watching doesn't, where it's like, well, especially the community aspect of it, which she does touch on, is like, if you're binge watching, if you're doing it with someone, maybe you talk about it between the episode for like 7 seconds while it's loading.
Yeah.
But on the other side, you don't get this like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? She also talked about the show Dallas as it was happening. There was an entire year, I believe, before you figured out who shot the main character in the series finale, or like season finale of the last one. And so
Hmm.
it was this cultural event. Even like presidents of the time were like, I'm tuning in, I think this is the culprit or whatever. And that's crazy. That's just insane to think that like so much experience of a thing could be based off of just the timing of it coming out. And Stranger Things is an interesting one because they're actually doing this season in 2 parts. So it's only the front half of the season that we've binge watched.
I am curious about that. The statistics of dump all the episodes at once, dump part one, then part two, where Arcane did 3 episodes a week for a few weeks.
Yeah, I think so. That was a good one.
Yeah, I wonder what strategy works the best for, I don't know, maintaining viewership or staying at the top of the charts.
Absolutely. She also talked about that, how every episode is basically just designed to keep you there. So they could have literally anything during the episode, but if in the last 5 seconds they leave a cliffhanger, then you'll watch it and it gets resolved within the next 5 minutes. That's the most crucial part of all of the episodes, is just the in between portions to get you to come back.
Interesting technique, like pricing something at 99 cents.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not quite $1 more.
Not quite. Exactly. It's this mental trick, but it works, so is it bad or whatever? I don't know. But
It is.
by the way, I wanted to
It's
say
weird.
happy belated birthday to Yusra, who's in the chat.
Happy birthday.
Yusra! I want to say it now before you go to bed. Go to bed!
Go to bed.
But yes, I am so happy that you're here so that we can say it to you in person. Happy birthday. It was on May 27th, but we're still celebrating, okay? We're going strong. It's going to be all of June. Pride Month and Yusra's birthday.
Yeah.
Happy almost Pride Month, by the way. We got one more day. And
Or
Anthony,
we do anyway. I think Joe's already celebrating, right? Is it June
Oh
1st
my
in
gosh.
Australia right now?
I believe so. That's very exciting. Yusra says, aw, thank you. Blushes. But yeah, I think that June is like one of the busiest months in terms of relationship stuff because we've got your birthday, June 11th, coming up. Are you excited?
Right around the corner. Should I be excited?
Yeah.
Are you planning something?
Oh, the biggest surprise party you've ever darn seen. You know me, always up on that stuff. We should do something. I usually like to plan it with people because I am very bad at planning in general. So if I did make a surprise for you, you probably wouldn't like it that much. Let's go to a bowling alley, Anthony.
Well, what if we
Yay.
come up with like a bullet list of things that I do like, and then you just pick one at random, so I'll be surprised, but I'll also like it.
I think what would be required for a surprise birthday for you is lots of money. I think that we would do basically what we're doing for Corinne's graduation, which is like
a
rent an
road trip
Airbnb
thing.
and have
Yeah.
like a full vacation, because that's really what I imagine you would want.
Yeah, that's
Ideally.
fun.
But you know how much work it's taking for this trip that you know about. Imagine us
I
doing this
know,
without
I
you
know.
knowing. And you'd be like, oh no, I have work that I booked.
I know. Ugh. Doesn't it? It's just, it happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I got emailed the other day and they're asking if I could work. It's like a 4-week project, but the week that we're on vacation is one of the weeks. And
Yeah.
they just didn't get back to me when I was like, I could do pretty much all of the days except for these 3. And then they're like, nah.
Bye. Ghosted.
Dang.
Yeah, that's what happens sometimes when negotiating these things. But you know, you're.
I
worth
tried
the
to make
wait.
it a good deal. I was like, I'll work overtime those 2 other days to make up for this. But I just didn't hear back
Creative
from
problem
them.
solving that they did not respond to. Well, good
I
on you
tried,
for
I
trying.
tried.
Yes.
I think it was 15 days total, and I was available 12 of them. And I was trying to make it a...
That's so close. Come on.
I know, it's so close. There was a Friday, a Monday, and a Tuesday that I was unavailable, and I guess that was just a no-go.
Maybe they're still
well.
deciding. Who knows? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, let's jump into what we're working on today. We are going to be doing the Gato Chateaux, which is a piece we've been working on over the last few streams. However, I popped this into fresco so that we could paint on just this background piece. I have separated it out from the rest of the piece, and when we have it ready, I'm going to plop it into Photoshop and we'll see it with the full piece on top. If you really want a preview of what it looks like, because I actually did make some changes. Are you ready, Anthony?
I'm not,
Are you
but
looking at my screen?
it's a good thing that you asked. Hold on, I'm almost ready. It just takes me a while to type in the chat.
Old man Jenkins came out. Okay, so are you ready yet?
Yeah. Oh wait, no. Hold on. I need to go back to your screen on OBS Ninja. Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, wow. Okay, you ready? You're looking at my screen?
Yes,
All
yes,
right,
yes.
Here's the piece right now.
Oh, yeah, I
with
saw that.
Our faces on top of
Okay.
it for everybody else. But
Yeah.
so we have our gato. I've worked out the birds a little bit, made the wallpaper a little bit. I kind of just did a little. And then some of the window detailing is now in. So a lot of minor changes that kind of add up to a lot. This is the overall Gato Chateaux piece, if you have not seen it yet. But we have this exterior behind here, and I actually changed the placement of it. I sized it up and moved the ground down, and I feel like this just, I don't know, for some reason it felt a lot more grand once I did that. So this is what we've popped into the iPad. What is it called? Fresco. Boom. And so we're going to be painting on the outdoor view, and then we'll pop it into the windows, and then it will be done. And maybe some minor
Yay.
tweaks, but then it'll be
Oh.
done. Yeah.
Yusra's heading to bed. Good night,
Good night,
Yusra.
Yusra. Thank you so much for stopping by. We love seeing you as always. Everybody say happy belated birthday to Yusra, and we love you. Bye.
Happy birthday. We love you. Bye. Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams are made of you. Sra. But yeah, this is a piece that has been really fun to paint on, but also one that has kind of plagued me as of late. I want it to be done. So my goal is to finish it today. That
Hey,
is
there
the
you
goal.
go.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
If you got a plan, you know what needs to be done, and you could do it.
I can do it. Don't doubt me. But yeah, it's a piece that I'm going to be putting up as a background available on my Patreon. So if you want that, there's a link down below of all of my things, one of which is Patreon. Patreon is a thing. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. What have we been up to, Anthony?
What have we been up to? You've been working on work stuff, and I've been watching Stranger Things.
Woo! Yeah, Stranger Things, and what was the other show? Oh, Craig of the Creek has new episodes, and we've been watching those during lunch. So I'm definitely going to bust out into the Craig of the Creek song at some point during this, because it is catchy.
Have you watched Prehistoric Planet yet?
I haven't! That's the
You
one of the
gotta.
ones I gotta get in. Yeah.
You do, because I don't know how much longer the Apple TV subscription is around for.
You're
I
so
feel like
weird
we're
with
getting
that. I
close
feel
to
like-
a year.
Oh, it was a year thing. See, every
Yeah.
time we open it, James is like, I wonder why Anthony still has Apple Plus.
It was a year subscription.
Gotcha.
That came with the iPad that I got. So, yeah, maybe prioritize Prehistoric Planet, because it might go extinct.
It's just gone one day. Poor David Attenborough. He needs to talk to me about dinosaurs. Favorite
Fitting
part?
that he would narrate that show. Favorite parts? The ones with the dinosaurs. Every episode's good. There's 5 episodes. They're about 45 minutes each, I think. Something like that.
Nice.
I started rewatching it this morning because I like to watch documentaries when I use the exercise bike. And I finished the one with Obama on Netflix. So
Yeah.
I went back to Prehistoric Planet.
Nice.
And I pretended I was one of the little T-Rexes trying to get away from a predator. I cycled so fast.
Your little
Yeah.
arms. Cute.
Uh,
Those T-Rexes and their cycles, you know?
They're so cute. There's these baby T-Rexes on a beach, and it's adorable.
On a beach?
Yeah.
Come on. That's not fair.
They look so cute as babies, or I don't know, however they
The artist rendering
decided
of
them.
as
Yeah. They're like covered in little feathers, but the feathers have patterns like a lizard.
Oh, interesting.
And by the time that they grow up, they don't really look like that anymore, because
people
don't know.
decided they don't.
yeah, the feathers just became less prominent.
I suppose so. You know, a lot of people that I follow, I don't know why this reminded me of it, but a lot of people I follow on Twitter seem to be getting into astrophotography. And that to me is, I guess this is what reminded me of it. Artist renditions of dinosaurs obviously are just from their imagination a lot of the times. Like, they use what they can, obviously, but we don't know a lot. So they're just trying it. And then for like nebulas and things like that, they always make them like multicolored and beautiful. But those aren't real colors that we can get from that distance. Like, we're not perceiving that with our bare eyes.
It's all just brown.
It's whatever it is. I love that people decided to make it the most beautiful looking thing. Like, nebulas are awesome.
Yeah, why not?
So yeah, I appreciate that, whoever decided. This is gonna be
Well, the
psychedelic.
Prehistoric Planet, like you were saying, is based off of all of the current scientific evidence that we have, and rendering them to look as close as possible to what science currently knows to be true.
Nice.
He specifically called out some fossils that they found in 2015 that showed feathers, like actual feathers. And then there's like these grooves on some of the bones where feathers would be placed so they could figure out like how the feather directions went and stuff like that.
You know them feather directions. Gotta know where they went.
Mm-hmm.
There was something.
So basically, it looks a lot more realistic, quote unquote, than Jurassic Park. But Jurassic Park still has some pretty standout scenes because they use animatronics, and that just grounds it so much more in reality because it's an actual thing that they're filming. Whereas this is all CGI, and it looks great for sure, but with my glasses on, it definitely looks like CGI. If I took them off, I'd be like, wow.
It's in the room. Wow.
I can't tell. But not to say it looks like, oh, this is so computer generated. There's definitely scenes where I'm like, this is so impressive how detailed they got.
It's always on a sliding spectrum, right? Like, we're always getting better with computer graphics and all that stuff. It's never going to really slow down until we get to the truest of the true uncanny valleys.
Beyond real. You look at your own hands, you're like, am I fake?
Yeah, I'm super fake looking. Like,
You become Neo in the Matrix, and we just start seeing our ones and zeros.
Exactly. And then the puppet things... animatronics and puppets and anything in the physical real world. I honestly just find it to be an art form rather than trying to be,
it's amazing,
like, as realistic as possible. I think that if they're just concentrating on, well, okay, not just, if especially with dinosaurs, they're building from something that's there, right? So it's grounded in something. But if you just think of it as like an art form, like, I'm just making this look good in this moment, I think that's the best looking dinosaur you'll come up with, probably. Like, start with facts and then go from there with aesthetics.
Maybe. I guess it depends on the intent of the story. Like, Jurassic Park was trying to recreate dinosaurs how they were, so it makes sense that they were trying to make it realistic, quote unquote. But puppetry in, say, like the Dark Crystal, where there's so many elaborate creatures and things like that, where based on a concept of this is what a biped is like, or a quadruped, and then taking that and going in a fantastic direction, I totally agree. It's an art form that, unfortunately, I feel like a lot of people don't appreciate because they just get creeped out by puppetry. But to each their own, I suppose.
Sure.
We have Ibrahim in the chat. Hi, Ibrahim.
What's up? You having a good day? By the way, Anthony, you gotta give out your annual
number?
What is it called? Yeah, your number. Your stream. What is it called if it's like every stream you do a thing? What would that be called? It's not annual. I just want a word that means like, oh, you do it every stream. But anyways,
habit?
It's time for your stream habit. That sounds weird. Of recommending that people watch some Age of Calamity. What is it called? Oh my gosh, the freaking Dark Crystal show.
Age of Resistance.
There you go. Boom. Clearly I watch it
Netflix.
All the time.
Check it out, guys. We want a season 2.
It's good. It's very good.
Rin's suggesting routine.
Yeah, it's your daily routine.
Something like that.
But it's not daily, it's streamly. Your streamly routine. It's extremely routine. Extreme routine. Yeah? I can't get it. It's fine. Whatever. We'll leave it.
No, that's not it.
But yeah, you gotta tell people to watch Age of Resistance all the time, because that's the thing.
It's really good.
I'm on the rock liar. No. It always happens like that. Anything else? Okay, cool. Boop. Duplicate selection. Duplicate selection. Merge down. Okay, there we go. So how is everybody else doing? How is your weekend? And how is life? Are you excited about something? Are you looking forward to something? I know that Rin is looking forward to the weather that we have up here, which is amazing.
It's so nice today.
It's so nice. We need to get out again. I know you already went out, but...
Just for a little bit. It was like a, I don't know, half-hour walk.
Nice. We just went out on the balcony and it was real toasty already. So I think that having like a nice night walk will be lovely tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll bust out the rake grit brush. Maybe the rake gaps. Whoa. I just want a little bit of grass coming up in lines. Maybe I need it to be smaller. Yeah, a little bit like that. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Just rough up that line. Beep. A lot of ambiguous shapes in this one, of course, because foliage, but it's, I don't know, it's like a gift and a curse to deal with, because you're like, ooh, I could do anything, and then you're like, oh, I could do anything. I'm gonna have this bump into here. Zwoop.
Rin sent some photos of the clouds today.
Oh, I saw those. Yeah. The cloud photos. I was painting clouds the other day, and they looked like those ones. Super brightly lit, beautiful blue sky. All the good stuff. I feel like this is too similar. So the section right here, zoop, and the section right here, zoop, feel kind of similar in size and shape. So I want to break that up more. Maybe I'll have this tree come in front. Oh, and we could finally have like a conifer tree. Coniferous? Is that a thing? Sounds like carnivorous.
A carnivorous tree, yeah.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
They would eat so many birds.
Oh, sad. I don't want
For the
them
birds.
to
Happy for the tree. Happy tree.
get...
Happy carnivorous trees.
Okay, Anthony. Beep, bop, boop. Are there any things like that in the dinosaur show? Is it at all about the plants?
There's one scene that I remember about plants. It's like this time lapse of this tree falls down in the forest, and all these plants
no
are
one
trying
hears.
to... No, all the dinosaurs hear it.
Excellent.
And these plants are trying to grow in the space that it left behind, and it's like this really aggressive time lapse.
Aggressive time lapse. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll have to watch it. I love a good time lapse. Ah,
10%?
I have a
I
good
thought you plugged it
charger.
in.
I didn't.
What did
I'll
you
be
get
right
when
back.
you said I went to go get the charger?
I put my drink in the freezer. I'll be
Same
right
thing.
back. 1 second.
Oh, Anna. Classic. Before the stream, she said, okay, hold on 1 second. I'll go get the charger.
I'm back.
I guess she didn't. She put her drink in the freezer?
I can't hear you. You can say anything.
What did you say you put your drink in the fridge or the freezer?
Freezer.
So it's chai.
I put all my drinks in the freezer, including water.
Crazy. You're a crazy person.
I like cold drinks and I cannot lie. Oh, it's my phone charger! Oh no!
Oh dear.
I gotta get another cord. I'll be right back.
Oh dear. We didn't prepare before
Culprit.
today's stream. We almost didn't do an audio test. But then we did.
Got it. But then we did?
Yeah,
Did I miss
Correct.
the story?
not really. I mean, you were
Aw.
there before. You know the story.
This is a much longer cord, thank goodness, because I was like, whoo. Zoop. Charging. Charging. Everybody can calm down now. Okay. Boom. So I was sitting on the balcony the other day painting clouds, and they were mostly like dark in the center and then very, very, very light on the outside. And I used just like a slightly darker blue for the sky. And man, it had a good effect of looking like glow clouds. So, hot tip. Get it.
Nice. Those are clouds full of rain, right? When they're dark in the center like that.
I don't think they were necessarily rain clouds. It was much more that the sun was behind them, so it really read as dark. As compared to the extreme light, rim light around the edge. Shoop. Okay, yeah, this is looking better. We want to work rough to refined, so I'm trying to make bigger moves and then get to the smaller bits. Hey!
Aaron Green in the chat. Wow, that's crazy.
Hello. Also, we're on Adobe Live now, so say hi to everybody. Hi, Adobe Live.
Hello, but hello especially to Aaron Green, who just said hi in the chat.
Hello, Aaron Green. How are you? You having
This
a good
is so
day?
exciting. We usually only get Jake.
That's true. Now we've got the duo, possibly. Ooh.
Well, I don't know.
How exciting.
I haven't seen Jake Green in the chat, just Aaron.
Just Aaron? Come on.
Well, I mean, not just Aaron, but how
Aaron,
else would you phrase it?
I saw that you went on a hike today. Or was it today? You posted pictures today of a hike. Did you enjoy yourself? It seems that everybody's
actually,
getting
Aaron
great
just
weather.
posted. Good, maybe sunburned. I think Jake might join soon.
Aww.
And then goes on to say, LOL, just me. Yes, it was today, the hike. We also have Erica McCree joining, saying hello.
Hey, Erica. Nice to see ya. Everybody who's joining from Adobe Live, hey, who is the last streamer you were watching? Let me know. And welcome. I am Anna Davis Court. I am a children's book illustrator. This is my best friend and co-host, Anthony Sims. And today we were drawing this is a foliage piece, but it's actually a background to the bigger piece that it's in. So this is the windowscape of this piece, which I am making as a wallpaper reward for my patrons. It's going to be desktop and phone wallpaper. And you can join my Patreon down below. For as little as $3 per month, you could get wallpapers, whips, processes, videos galore.
Nice.
Basically.
What about the thing where you send out people stuff?
Oh, and then there's another tier that's more expensive. Where you can get physical goodies if you would like postcards and stickers, because that's what I send out. And I also paint the envelopes, and I was super late in getting them out this month. I actually just sent them this morning. So they will be a little bit later than usual, but they're out. So in the mail.
You know, you were talking about setting this up as a vertical crop for phones too, and I think that would work really well for a postcard.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
That's
A
fun.
little kitty looking out a window. That's fun. I like that.
All right, this is going to be for Anthony only.
Thanks.
Anthony only.
You'll print one postcard just for me. We have Annika in the chat saying, Gato in the Chateaux, baby. This reminds me of your secret garden piece. Can I please, please, please get a print of this, please, Anna?
Whoa,
Annika's on the same page as I am.
So you think the print would be the vertical of just close up of the window, not the entire piece?
I was thinking that would be a good crop of it, but yeah, sure. We do the whole thing.
I love the extreme hesitancy you put in there.
I was imagining it in my mind's eye. If all three windows were in, or if it was just one. And I think I liked the closer up version as a print. Not so much the farther away.
Okay, let's see here. Cool. Yeah, that's good to know, because I have that kind of conundrum very often. I actually printed the Spooky Parade as a postcard most recently, and that one's so detailed that it felt like, do I want all of it as a postcard? But then I tried zooming in, and I was like, but it's cutting off in such good areas where it's like, oh, nope, that's on an edge.
Maybe you do it in like 3 parts. You print the first part 1 month, second, there's like what is something like that where you had to collect all 3?
Sure.
Like a McDonald's or something.
Like a McDonald's, yeah. You collect the McDonald's and then you make a Burger King. Yeah.
No, did they have toys like that? Like, get all 3 pieces to combine, blah, 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 blah.
I actually don't know. I was not a purveyor of the kids' goods. But, you know, my partner James was, because he has the Pokemon cards, the gold-plated ones that were apparently at Burger King as a thing, and it has like a full Pokeball that you get to put on your shelf. You press the button, it slowly opens, and there is your gold-plated Pikachu.
Wait, does it slowly open? I thought it opened kind of quick. Is it slow?
No, it probably does open quickly now, but it was meant to open dramatically, I think.
Dramatically. Na, 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 na. Da, da, da. Wait, do a Pokeball noise. Can you do that? It's like lasers.
Can you do lasers?
Oh.
That's the screaming of the Pokemon on the inside. Oh no.
The lasers misfired.
No. So sad. But
we have
yeah.
Bex in the chat. Hi, Bex.
Bex, what's up? How you doing? Becca Smith Bex. I like it. Likes the Happy Meal toys. Oh man, I don't know why they don't do that for everyone and all the time.
In every meal at every restaurant.
Honestly, just give me prizes for eating at your establishment,
it's like
please.
that brand of tea that came with the little sculpture inside.
Yeah, you introduced me to that, and I love that so much. What were they called?
I want to say it was rose red tea or something like that.
Rose red. Not the best tea.
Red rose?
Definitely the best sculptures. They came with like little ceramic birds.
I know, yeah. My grandma collected them on her windowsill in the kitchen of her house, and that's how I knew about them.
Definitely, yeah. That's one of those things where it's like an experience to have them. That's not just
what a random thing, too.
Cup of tea.
We're gonna put little ceramic things inside tea.
What should we put inside our tea? The kids like the Happy Meals these days.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, a small ceramic piece of artwork. Perfect to pack nice. Maybe they were just trying to pack it like nicely, and they're like, "What's a good packaging material?" Well, bags full of soft leaves.
Or they accidentally ordered like 1 million units of this. They're like, what?
What are we gonna do with
How do we get rid of this?
Exactly my thought. I think we need more of that in this world. Accidental happy things.
Yeah. Happy accidents. It all goes back to Bob Ross and those happy carnivorous trees.
Oh my gosh.
We were talking about Prehistoric Planet earlier.
Prehistoric Planet.
Not that there were carnivorous trees in that show, but somehow
we
tangented.
I would like to know if there have ever been carnivorous trees. So if any of my
there's definitely carnivorous plants, but I don't know if any of them were trees. Yeah. I don't know. If you know about carnivorous trees, let us know.
If you're
Erica in the chat saying, I love your work. Very nice.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, this is pretty in line with my usual work, I have to say. So sometimes I do stuff where I'm like, oh, this is a weird one. But nope, this one's right up my alley. Honestly, it was all wish fulfillment. If you missed the earlier streams, I talked about this. But my idea for this one was just, what do I want to look at every day? And one of my favorite things in the apartment that we have is the windows and seeing the view of our area. And so what if it was like up to 9 and you had this beautiful chateau with many a window that are all gorgeous, and then you look upon your land and it's all sprawling acreage of wilds and creatures and such and all the things.
Is that the cat's voice?
There's a great comic where she writes the voice of the cat as like, good one, Jeeves, pip pip. That kind of like fancy talk, and I always want to replicate it, but I cannot for the life of me talk like that off the
you
top
just did
of my
it.
brain. That was a very bad excuse for what she does. She does amazing stuff. Like, trust me, she's like, I don't know, poetic with it. Like, it goes much deeper than just being a snooty British kind of voice. It's much more like, I don't know, morose and
who is
languishing. I think is that Lucy Knisley? King Knisley? I think Lucy, Lucy.
Got it. I think I need you to spell the last name more than the first one.
Yeah, it's Knisley. Knisley.
Perfect.
And she has this cat Rhino who is absolutely adorable. So any of the comics with Rhino in it, definitely check them out. I mean, they're all beautiful and wonderful, but Just saying, that's where you're gonna find the talking that I'm talking about. The talking good. They talk good. I know talk good.
I do love rhinos.
Yes, you do. It's so funny because Rhino actually looks very, very much like Vicious, my old cat, and when I saw Rhino, I was like, oh my gosh, it's just like Vicious. Oh, he's so cute. And then
There should be a YouTube channel called This Old Cat, if there isn't one already.
This old
It's
cat,
like This Old
he
House.
weighed 7. Oh man. But yeah, he is lovely. And I think, well, the sad part was she lost her cat just because it was old, I think. And it was like this, actually it was kind of like an orange cat, like the one in this piece. Well, not in this part of the piece, but she had a comic going of this cat for a very, very long time, and it was like part of her heart. Like, this cat was everything to her. And then when that cat passed away, she thought like, oh, I'm not gonna have another love in my life like that. And then Rhino came along and stole her heart completely. And I always love those stories of like, oh, you know, like somebody really, it's really hard to get over a pet death, and not necessarily get over, but like move to a new era of your life with a new pet. It hurts a lot. So if that pet can, I don't know, weasel its way into your life, it's the best. I've heard many of those stories where it's like, oh, a pet died, but then there was one that came along that needed care. Like, it wasn't something where they could just be like, oh, it's not for me. I'm not like looking for a pet right now. It's like, it needs you right now. And then it turns into the love of their life. Like, it's just the best thing.
Rin looked up some carnivorous tree stuff and says, first result is the mythological / legendary Yati Vio. Yeah. I see you already, man-eating tree.
What? That sounds mythical. I love it.
Or legendary.
I see you already.
Aaron in the chat saying, 1, Rhino is the best name for a cat. 2, I am still investigating carnivorous trees in my International Society of Arboriculture Index.
Oh my gosh. I thank all of you for your efforts. This is amazing.
And 3, my corgi Maddie died last month and I am still not over it.
I'm so sorry.
That is a tough thing to go through. Pet loss
horrible.
Sucks.
Yeah. I'm really not looking forward to, my mom has a very old dog, and, you know, he's one of the first family pets that was, I knew him from a puppy, you know, and it's really, really hard to go through that and feel like it's coming. And like knowing that, I guess it's supposed, I think it would be better to know though, right? That it's like, they're old, and that's lovely, because I've lost young pets, and that's just not fair at all. Not fair at all.
It's a different kind of grieving.
Yeah, it definitely is. But I would forgo the shock and be able, like with Vish, I actually, one of my big sad things was that I didn't get to be there when he passed. I was gone, and then it's funny, James actually dropped me off at my house because we had just come back from a trip to his parents' place. And Mom was like holding it together for me when she saw James, and she was just like, oh yeah, okay, thanks for dropping her off, love to see you, hug, bye. And then after he left, she was like, Vish is gone, baby. And I'm like, no. And then I called James, and he came over again. And it was just this moment of like, you know, I knew it was coming before then. He had signs that he was going for sure, and I was able to say goodbye on my own terms, and I'm so glad that I got that time, because if it was sudden, I would just be so much more torn up about it. But I know that he had a lovely life, and it does, like, you know, it's not that time heals all wounds. Time just, you know, makes your memory go fuzzy a little bit more, so you don't feel like it just happened. So I look forward to that for you, Aaron, and I know there's no real like consolation. It just sucks. But the only thing I can always say with certainty with my friends who are awesome, and especially you guys with all your pets, is you gave her a wonderful life. So just, that's it. That's all I know.
Aaron says, thank you all so much.
Absolutely. But really, it's better to have pets in our lives, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Rin says, agreed, Anna. It makes a big difference when you know it's coming and do not have that sudden shock. It's not an easy thing either way.
No, never easy. But I so badly want that that heartache again. I want a pet so badly that I'm definitely ready to be hurt again. You
What a
know how it
bittersweet
is.
way of thinking of it.
I mean, I want somebody cuddly.
You know, that doesn't always happen with cats.
Oh, absolutely, but I don't care. I want a
You should get a
companion.
dog. I feel like those are always cuddly.
Yeah, the only thing with dogs is they usually require much more space.
You
And
get a small one, like a chihuahua.
you you think James wants a chihuahua?
I don't know anyone in my immediate circle who wants a chihuahua.
The thing is, everyone who's suggesting dogs, which I love that, I would be happy with literally any animal that I
Get a
could care
tortoise.
for.
They'll outlive you. You won't have to go through the
The thing
heartbreak.
is, James has his heart set on a corgi. At some point, we will have a corgi, and I. He also hasn't had like a pet just of his own, and so I want whatever pet we get to really be a great experience for him. Because I've had my own pet, and it comes with a lot of like. Obviously, you love this animal to the ends of the earth, but like, you also gotta clean up when they make a mess. So I need him to love it
I
immediately.
don't I don't see James doing that.
Whoa. He will, trust me.
Touch poo?
He will have a lot of rubber gloves.
Rubber gloves. Don't you
Or
just use a doggy
plastic,
bag?
what do you call it? Yeah,
Do you guys
that.
know about dogs and how to take care of them?
What? Well, that's another thing is like before we get any animal, I want to do like a deep dive into how to care for them, make sure I am up on everything because Vish was a cat that was given to me when I was very young, and I just learned from like having a pet, which is a lot of kids' experiences. But I think that as an adult, you get to choose much more, right? So I want to choose when is right for me and do as much research as humanly possible to make sure I give it the best life possible. And yeah, financially, we are not in the place right now, especially with the stupid stuff that goes on, like pet rent is the dumbest thing in the world.
Is
Like,
that at your
yeah,
apartment?
absolutely, yeah, it would be like at least 25 per month extra just for
That seems
having a pet,
silly.
and I'm like,
You
over
already
the
have the
years
pet
that adds
deposit.
up. Yeah, exactly, plus deposit, plus just everything that comes with a pet, the vet bills and all of, I mean, like, I would be happy to invest in like the bed, the litter box, the care things that I would get for them, but then all the peripheral things like a million vet visits, especially at the beginning. You got to get them in order and all their vaccinations and spay, neuter, all that stuff.
Yeah.
If you have a young one, of course. But and then the other side, if you have an older one, there's a lot of vet bills. So it's just all the time. But I know that it's worth it. You don't have to convince me. I want a pet very, very badly. It's just when and how. Another thing is space, obviously. This place
Right.
is a shoebox.
Ren says that Greyhounds and Great Danes are just couch potatoes.
You think a Great Dane could live in 500 square feet?
If they're couch potatoes, yeah.
Ah.
I mean, it's honestly impressive that humans could live in as small spaces as they do.
It's
They're
true.
pretty active creatures as well. Aaron says, I adopted 2 corgis last August. I call them my cushion corgis because I knew Maddie was old. These 2 corgis are so intense, I would give you one. Corgis are sassy and have big energy. 2 at once was a mistake, lol. And Ren says, yes, I know what you mean, Aaron. I hope they calm down for you. And then goes on to say, 2 separate thoughts here. Shift plus enter did not work to separate them for the previous comment of, I don't know. Alessandra's in the chat. And Rin goes on to say, I knew someone who had a Great Dane in a tiny apartment, and I was like, how? And they informed me of their couch potato-ness.
they're just they're just homebodies.
Yeah. It's a lot of body to move around, so they gotta save that
Yeah.
energy for the walks outside.
I've heard the same about greyhounds, that they just sleep a lot, but then they have
Yeah.
zoomies where it's like you gotta go.
Hmm.
Which we do have tons of parks, which is the best part of living here, I think. But yeah, again, like any dog is going to be a lot more work, and uh, I need to be like ready for that. And I
I think
don't
one of
think
the
we're
most
ready.
important things with dogs in the beginning, if you get them as puppies, is socializing with humans, as many as possible and as different as possible. Kids, old people, teenagers, just like get them around people so they know what to expect. And then also other dogs. Just socialize them so much so that they're friendly and won't get into bad behavior at like dog parks or just walking down the street.
Same with kids.
Same with kids, yeah, definitely. But you're not thinking about adopting a kid, you're thinking
No.
about adopting a dog. But I think that's one of the most important things to do.
Very, very true. Good advice.
Rin says, yes, my doggo was a greyhound mix. She slept so much, but she loved walks and running outdoors.
Yeah, I love that.
She was amazing. It was so much fun watching her outrun the other dogs at the dog park. She would have a pack just trailing her. Aw,
Watch me
dogs.
go. I know, I love them so much. We would go to dog parks and just watch other people's dogs run.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Ashley and I might do that later today after the stream's over.
Heck yeah, I'm down.
It's so nice. It's 74 and sunny right now. Ugh. Ugh.
The dream. Yeah, I feel like watching other people's dogs is one of those, like, I don't know if other people think I'm a weirdo, but like if somebody was looking at my dog in like a way that wasn't weird, then I would be like, oh yeah, you could pet them. Like, you know, I want other people to experience joy through my dog, because I experience joy through so many other people's dogs.
I would
And
be the
dogs
same.
just bring joy.
They do. They're amazing. I love them.
So why don't you have a dog?
Well, similar reasons, I suppose. I live in a place that, one, the landlord doesn't allow dogs. Two, I live with roommates who don't want a dog. And three, I live with roommates that have cats. So I don't know if having a dog here is just not feasible.
Yeah.
But I definitely want a dog.
Yeah. Do you have in mind what kind?
Oh, I've gone through different kinds throughout the years, so I'd probably be happy with any, honestly.
Yeah.
But there was, I think it was a Belgian Malinois or Malinois. I don't know how to pronounce it, but a very beautiful looking dog. And then there was are they Binji?
Basenji, yeah.
Basenji.
Yeah.
And then most recently, because I watched a movie and it was a really cute dog, Australian Kelpie, I think it's called.
Kelpie.
Yeah. So just in general, I like dogs. I think I would be happy with any of them. But then also like Boston Terriers. I remember wanting one of those, or Staffordshire Terrier, something like that. Not Boston Terrier, Staffordshire Terrier. I haven't really been a big fan of little dogs like Chihuahuas or Pomeranians or Dachshunds. Not that I don't like them, just I wouldn't choose one for me.
Mm-hmm. I remember going to a pet store when I was very young and seeing a Pomeranian in one of the cages, and it was just a ball of fluff with like a little fox snoot coming out, and I was like, I need that dog.
My grandparents had them growing up. Poco and Mitzi.
Poco
the Pomeranian and Mitzi the Pomeranian.
Mitzi. We had a... Oh, wait, that was my... so Mitzi was our neighbor, and she owned the dog named Sadie. Sadie was a Cocker Spaniel with the absolute longest eyelashes you ever did see.
Whoa.
I loved her. And our dog loved her, for sure. Our little Doxy.
Oscar?
Yeah. Oh, he was enamored with her.
Cute.
It was very cute.
Rin says, I have an outdoor dog that needs special care. She was abandoned by her previous humans and will not socialize with other animals. Yeah, once it gets to a certain point, there's really not a lot you could do to help socialize
Too
them.
much
So that's
history.
why
Yeah.
you gotta try when they're young. Aaron says, I have always wanted a Pomeranian since I was little.
Pomeranians are adorable. So there's this story where James, Anthony, and I were on the way to somewhere, driving in our car away from my parents' house. When we were just down the block from my parents' house, there was a Pomeranian that had no owner in sight. It was walking down the trail towards the road, and I was like, oh, red alert. So I go pop out of the car, go grab the dog. It's wearing a leash and a collar, but they're dragging behind it. And I look around, and I'm like, anyone? Absolutely no one. So
Wait, that's not all it was wearing, wasn't it?
oh, it was also wearing a diaper.
It was wearing a diaper.
So we grabbed the dog, got in the car, and I was just like, I don't know what to do, because we were on our way to something, and like this was a total just like what happens now kind of moment. And we started thinking like, okay, let's check the surrounding area to see if anybody is missing their dog. So we rolled up, like literally, I don't know, 100 feet from that spot. There was this whole family outside of a house. And so we just rolled up in the car and said, anybody missing a dog? Like, what's happening here? And they came over. The dad was like, I don't recognize that dog, not ours. And we were like, well, what do we do? We're going somewhere. And it's kind of like, we can't just look around forever here right now. And the little girl from the family comes up to the side of the car and says, wow, so cute, Dad, can I help find the owner? And he was like, oh no. And he like turns around to talk to the mom, and she just takes the dog out and is like, mine. And he was like, oh, Madison. And then he was like, wait, is that a diaper? And James rolls away. They did put up wanted posters to find the person. We know that. So like
Wanted.
It wasn't, or what, like found dog, that kind of
Sure,
stuff. So
yeah.
they didn't just steal the dog, thank goodness. But it was just hilarious that I hope that little girl got her dream of like finding the dog's owner and like also taking care of a dog for a time, because that's like a childhood thing, right? That you just want to do, like.
Yeah, like when they send the hamster home with you so you could take care of it for a week.
Exactly. And then it pees on your couch. Yeah. It was a guinea pig in my sister's class. So. But anyways, yeah, it was very cute to see that, and I hope that Pomeranian found its home. I don't know the rest of the story, but I'll just say yes, it did.
It did.
It was a kindly old lady who didn't notice when it had wandered off in the walk.
I don't like that ending. I don't feel like maybe she should have a dog.
And now she has an in-home caretaker named Madison. The little girl is now there to take care of the dog every day.
Yeah.
There
Cool.
you go. Yeah.
Ren says, note for anyone, if you ever find a loose dog, take it to the nearest vet/humane society to check for a microchip. And Aaron says, Jake and I had a neighbor who owned 7 Pomeranians. And then Aaron says about your story, they stole that dog from you. And Ren says, diapers are often used for dogs that are in heat so they won't bleed on things.
Yeah.
That is true. Or older dogs that just have
incontinence
issues. Aaron says to Ren, it's so cool that you opened your home to an antisocial pupper. They need love too.
Absolutely.
Aaron says it was Jake and I's neighbor, LOL.
Wait, for what? What happened?
The 7 Pomeranian neighbor?
The 7 Pomeranian. Okay, so my babysitters growing up, they had not a ton of dogs, a ton of cats, over 7 at one time, definitely. Chinchilla, several leopard geckos, which we later adopted. More animals than that, right? They had
bunnies, chickens.
Eventually they had a bunny, but yeah,
dogs.
It was just a lot. And the amazing thing was they actually did take incredible care of all the animals. I don't know how they had the time, money, energy, but they did. And the animals were very well socialized because the babysitters, at first they had a whole bunch of kids that they babysat, and then they decided, okay, we're not going to do that anymore. We want to either end the business of babysitting or just have one family. And my mom was the one who muscled her way in there and was like, you're taking my kids. this is their other home, okay? And we literally did grow up with them, and it was like a second home. It was the best situation that you could possibly hope for babysitting, and we got a ton of time with animals, and I loved it. I genuinely loved all of their cats. They were so great. And that's where I met Fizzgig.
Oh, Fizzgig.
Yeah,
Who's Fizzgig?
She was a little... Have I not told you about Fizzgig?
You probably have.
She was a tiny, boxy little Siamese cat that had a docked tail and the loudest meow you could ever, like, kind of like screaming and grating at the same time. It was amazing.
Oh.
She was so talkative and so social. I loved her so much. Oh, what a great cat.
Where in proximity was this babysitter's house from your house?
I don't even know.
No, it wasn't like down the street from your place.
No, it was further for sure. I remember sometimes the car rides between places would be so long that they set us up with drawing stuff on our laps with like a little tabletop kind of thing in the back seat. They had a full setup. I specifically remember a coloring book of the Gargoyles animated show.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
Oh yeah, heck yeah. Gargoyles.
Yeah. I was very into Gargoyles as a kid.
Who wasn't?
People who were missing out, man.
You know, I think I might have had one of those. I don't know if this is real or not, but I feel like, you know those fairy spinner things you like pull the cord and they wings? I feel like I had a gargoyle version of one of those.
Oh, we should look up if that existed. Or if your dreams made it come true.
Yeah, I just dreamed about it.
Alright, let's see here.
Jake Green in the chat screaming like Fizzgig, the old cat, the old boxy Siamese. I was into gargoyles. And then says, oh, hey, Aaron.
Oh, fancy seeing you here. I was into gargoyles. Everybody should be into gargoyles. Still.
Aaron says, I still have my fairy pole things. Oh, is that what they were called? I knew it. And then Jake says, oh, wait, first contact. He remembers. Sky dancers, that's what they were called. That's
Sky
right,
dancers. Right. And I only recently learned that they were discontinued because of the hazard of like pulling hair, wasn't it?
What? You learned that recently?
Yeah.
Where?
I learned it recently.
Where did you learn that recently?
I don't know. I'm in the history of like weird things a lot because of Defunct Land. It's like
Defunct Land?
I told you about this. This is a channel where they talk about like rides at Disneyland.
I watched the episode about the Nickelodeon show. Is that right?
Nickelodeon show.
Tomb.
Oh yeah.
Temple Run.
No, it was the Legend of the Hidden Temple.
Dang it.
I love knowing things.
I was so confident. I said it twice. It was wrong. Two times in a row.
Temple Run.
Did I say it like that?
Yeah. You say everything like that.
Do I?
Yeah, you do. But did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it pulls your hair. Just now reliving it?
No, I say like the Legend of the Hidden Temple. Did it bring back all the childhood memories?
Yeah.
So good.
It was really good. But then it made me think of this other show. There was like a big pyramid and kids would have to climb that, and it was a lot more like laser lights and I don't remember, maybe the pyramid scheme. Anna, James and I watched a show recently on Netflix called, I don't remember.
That's the best
maybe
show. I don't
remember the title. It's some toy inventor, and he got a group of guys together to create toys or construct things that kids would phone in on a video call and be like, we want a rock paper scissors game, but like it's all.
Is this the Toys That Made Us?
No, it's the show where the construction worker guys get together and make like that dinosaur that pukes tacos or whatever.
Oh,
what was that show called? Making Fun. And the lead guy on Making Fun,
you should say reality show,
helped create Sky Dancers.
Yeah, that was true. He bragged about it. It was like Sky Dancers. That was me. Pulling hair since 1982 or whatever. Oh, it's so good. Do you guys have ideas for toys that you want made?
Are you taking suggestions?
Yeah, I'm gonna make them. I'm gonna make them all right in your face. No, I got the chance to
Make a toy?
make a puppet.
It's 4 o'clock. Should we do monkey paws?
Monkey paws.
Should
So
we catch
it
up
was
on chat?
there's
So
a
many
lot that's
options.
coming up.
Choose your own adventure.
All right, I'll stop talking. You catch up on chat.
You're gonna forget your thing though.
It's fine. It's forgettable.
Aaron says, once my sky dancer landed on the roof of my childhood home. It was so sad. And then Jake
you get it
asks,
back?
nobody got it for you,
Is it
Aaron?
still
And
there?
then Aaron says, my mom called her coworker and he got it down. Sky dancer
Oh.
rescue.
Woo!
And Jake says, yay, I went on my roof multiple times as a child to get my things.
That's
Just
so
throw them
funny.
all up there. Alessandra says, went to another park and homemade ice cream and chocolate place. Yum. That sounds
Yum.
delicious. Pics on Discord.
Oh,
And Rin's gonna
heck
be right
yeah.
back. And then says, loved making fun. And then a reminder that it's monkey paws time. So we're good.
Monkey, monkey, monkey. Paw, paw, paw. All right, so this is the time that we do some stretches together to take care of our bods. So if you want to follow along, feel free. I'm going to give instruction. What was that? Again. Can I start?
Canadian Pulse over on YouTube. Hey,
Oh my
Canadian
gosh.
Pulse.
You forgot to check YouTube. Okay,
That's
to
what that
start, we are
was.
going to put our arms straight out in front of ourselves with our fingers to the sky, palms away from us, and then we curl our fingers into what we call a monkey paw. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah.
Ooh, ooh,
Great job.
Oh, your hand's like a black and white cookie.
Second pose, we put our fingers to the ground, palms towards ourselves, and curl our fingers in. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah.
Ooh,
Why a black and white cookie?
That's what it is.
Third pose, we put our palms out, fingers to the ground, and then curl them. Ooh, ah, ah.
Ooh,
I'm trying to work around the microphone. It's unwieldy. Fourth pose, we put our fingers to the sky, palms towards ourselves, and then curl our fingers in. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah.
Ooh,
Great job.
Thank you.
I feel like you were in awe. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah.
Ooh, land.
Then we repeat these poses holding for about a second each, around 10 times, so that we get a nice stretch in our wrists. If you feel pain at all at any time, stop immediately, ice your arms, and rest them. And this is just an opportunity to take care of yourself. So remember to close your eyes if you want to take a break from screen time, to drink some water while your eyes are closed, spill it on your
And
computer,
while you're
have
doing
a
the monkey
major
paws,
accident.
major accident.
No, do them all one at a time and with purpose and attention, because I always make mistakes when I'm not paying attention, and that's why I have so many burns from baking things, because I'm just like, I'm gonna take it out of the oven.
What? What do you mean you're not paying attention when you're taking things out of the oven? What are
Yeah.
you paying attention to?
Listening to a podcast, updating my website,
Updating your website.
phoning
Cool.
grandma, you know, all the things. But I did bake a new loaf. I baked
Bake
a
a new
sourdough
loaf?
loaf today, and it looks
What did you say?
beautiful.
Is that correct syntax? Not that I wanted to judge, but I want to notice.
I don't
I
even
don't
know what you're
remember.
talking about. Black and white cookies? What?
That's fine. Yeah, that's what it is.
The other night we had some friends over, and they had...
What?
Yeah. I haven't told you about so much that's happened. I need to catch you up.
I
So,
guess.
Bradley
oh wait,
and Elizabeth.
no, yeah. Oh,
You
what?
remember Bradley? What?
I'm surprised all over again. I thought I remembered, but then it was different.
No, it was different. Bradley and Elizabeth came over, and we were gonna watch Stranger Things, but Elizabeth has never seen anything Stranger Things, and so we played a card game that they actually brought over called Dutch something. It was a fun card game. It was really fun. And they brought dinner, and I made desserts. I made ice cream and shortbread cookies, and then I dipped the shortbread cookies in chocolate. So I did have black and white cookies, kind of.
I knew it. Post-shadowing.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Post-shadowing. I am sweating.
Have we done these enough? I got, like, I'm over it.
Okay, when we're done, we gently shake out our hands to loosen them back up. And then we're gonna do some neck stretches, and I'm gonna put my hair up because I am. You can see the glossiness. I am dewy. Ugh.
Dewy.
Dewy. Hey, you guys, what are Mario's pants made out of?
Waka. What's the joke?
Denim.
Right. What's the waka joke?
Huh? I just blacked back in. What's going on?
Black's back in. Post shadowing.
Anthony Jackson got it. Pew, 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 pew. Denim. What were you saying?
What?
You were saying
About
something,
what?
and I blacked back in. Remember?
Something about Pac-Man, maybe?
Waka.
Isn't that the punchline to a joke?
Sure.
Waka.
I can believe that. Make it up.
I can too.
Okay, so now we're going to do some neck stretches. We put our ear as high as we can on one side, and then we flop it back over to go high on the other side. Go high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then again.
Is that a rooming car? It's just you all along.
I'm really good at throwing my voice. And then we look to the side as far as is comfortable. And then back over to the other side. Oh, there was an air show the other day. I'm very glad that we weren't streaming during it, because the airplanes or jets were deafeningly loud. It was intense, and it was for like 30 seconds at a time when they flew over. It was like... I took all my air.
That's what the plane said too.
No air left for you. Oh my gosh.
Jake came up with a joke. What would Pac-Man do if he had legs? Waka. You came up with that, right? It's in quotes, so I'm not sure, but I believe it was you.
It was Jake all along. All right, so hopefully you've taken care of yourself with monkey paws and or any kind of thing to take care of your body. Make sure to pay attention so that you don't fall apart. Now, back into the artwork. Okay, so we are painting. Bum. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Whew.
Jake says, what does Pac-Man like to put on his tacos?
Taco
What's
sauce.
Waka?
Oaxaca cheese.
Waka.
Oaxaca.
Oaxaca cheese? What kind of cheese is that?
Okay, read it.
Go waka guacamole.
Oh my god. Disgusting. Oh my gosh.
Aaron says it's a legit Mexican cheese. Good job, Anna.
Yeah.
You're so cultured, just like cheese.
Cheese, please.
Aaron says, Jake, get out, lol. No, stay,
You're done.
I need
You're
this.
done here.
Oh, I love it so much. Thank you, Jake.
It's so good.
Is that how you pronounce it? Waka cheese, but it's spelled Oaxaca.
As far as I've heard it pronounced, yeah.
What's the flavor profile? Spicy?
I think it's
Oaxaca.
generally like a refreshing mild
Oaxaca.
cheese that's kind of crumbly like feta.
Sour?
But I don't think it's like overpowering. I've had it at a few restaurants, but unfortunately I don't think they sell it at a lot of stores near here. At least the stores I know of. I want to get into more small stores that have different areas of food, because we definitely have like a Wajimaya for a lot
There's
of...
this place on Barber we need to go to. It's like Mediterranean food, and you know how much I've been into Mediterranean.
You are the Mediterranean now. Yes, I know.
Anyways,
You're made
yeah,
of
I definitely want to
lemons.
check it out. They've got loads of stuff that I don't think you could really find at a Safeway or Fred Meyer.
For sure.
I'm
But they
trying to
have
find-
some good...
Is it phyllo sheets?
Oh, phyllo pastry. Yeah.
I need that for a lot of recipes.
Oh, really? You gonna make some spanakopita?
Yeah, that's in the book, but I just haven't really found any phyllo sheets.
Of course, yeah, I totally agree. They're not an everyday thing. But they are, like, an everyday consumable when they're cooked. Like, I feel like I could find baklava almost anywhere, but where are they getting them phyllo pastry? So, somewhere. On Barber, apparently.
On Barber, maybe. I don't know. There's probably other ones. I was just looking at Google reviews, and a lot of people were like, this one's really nice.
Nice.
I want to go to it. Yes, please.
I've been out of miso paste for years because I haven't been back to Awajimaya, and I really need some miso paste. It's disgusting. I need it. Not miso paste. Miso paste is amazing. I'm saying.
Wait, what's disgusting?
That I haven't been back to Awajimaya in that long, or in H Mart, or anywhere that holds good, reasonably priced miso paste. I have seen it on Whole Foods every once in a while, and they're like $30 for a little tub, and it's like the white one, and I'm like, no. That's the most mild miso paste there is. I want the strong stuff. Give me.
I got overcharged for some feta at Costco the other day.
That's disgusting. Why?
But,
why did they do that to you?
I'm not sure how it happened. It was through Instacart, and the package said it should be $10 for the 2-pack. And on the receipt from Instacart, it was like $19.19.
Oh my goodness. That's
so
a big
I sent in like a
complaint
report or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Saying like I was overcharged for an item, and then they couldn't refund it in the way that it needed to be refunded, which was weird to me. I was like, the package says that it's $10.01, and I was charged $19.19. So this is the difference that I should be refunded.
Yeah.
And they were like, the system won't let me refund you like the $9 or whatever, but it will let me refund you $11.51. So go ahead and keep the change. I was like,
are you
okay,
running?
cool. What? I don't understand. You can't charge it correctly, and then you can't refund it correctly. Whatever.
So you got more money in the end?
Yeah, they paid me to eat feta, I feel like.
I like that. Okay, justice.
I don't know. Sometimes Instacart seems worth it just because you could end up making money. There was that one time I had an entire order from Costco, and then I don't remember exactly what happened incorrectly. Like, the person that delivered it accidentally gave me stuff from somebody else's order and then put some of my stuff in somebody else's order, and then I was like, I have somebody's like 2 extra items and I'm missing these 2 items, and they're like, oh, okay, well, unfortunately, due to like COVID stuff, we can't return it, so we're just gonna buy everything again. And so I got a double order for the same price. They didn't charge me again, and it was like $150 order, and then I had so much macaroni and cheese it took forever to eat.
First world problems.
I know, yeah.
So
honestly, I was just like doling it out. It's like, hey roommates, hey friends, hey, I can't eat 1,000 boxes of mac and cheese.
Or can you? They're shelf stable.
It was free food, so I was just handing it out for the stuff that I could.
Well, you felt like, I have to pay this back in some way.
Yeah, pay it forward, literally. Yeah. And Ashley's not complaining. We were playing this game the other day, and it was like a mini trivia part, and it was multiple choice of which country eats the most mac and cheese. And then I was like, well, Ashley lives in the U.S., so it's the U.S.
Ashley, the #1 consumer of cheese in the world.
It's ridiculous.
That is amazing.
Macaroni and cheese specifically.
Oh, sorry, not cheese. It's not cheese.
It's okay, forgiven.
I wonder how she feels about that. She'd probably be like,
she liked it.
Accurate.
She laughed a lot. She did it great. She's like, well, you're not wrong. This game is called Quelf. Have you heard of it?
Quelf?
Quelf. Sammy told us about it.
Sorry, I said it in a way that sounded like a...
I think that's the actual pronunciation. Yeah. Like, if you were to actually read it out loud, how the game makers intended, it would sound like that.
Yeah, they would say, Quelf!
At one part, you get these cards sometimes, and they're like classified, I think is what they're categorized as, where you read the card and then you have to do something, but you don't tell anybody else. And one of them was
Super
like,
secret.
the one that I got was go get some keys and just put them on top of your head and don't say anything. And you have to have them on top of your head until the start of your next turn. And if they fall off, you get a penalty and you have to move back like this many spaces.
Oh,
If
no.
somebody else interferes and knocks them off your head, then they get the penalty.
Oh.
But you don't say any of this. You just know this until your next turn.
My
And then another
goodness.
one was make an excuse and go to the bathroom and then just don't come back until somebody comes and gets you.
And he's there for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so I like drew the card and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, but I'm just gonna go to the bathroom real quick. And then I left and I went to the bathroom and like,
Oh my
I think
gosh.
4 minutes later, I think Sammy, I heard her in the other room saying like, I wonder if he got that card where he has to go. And then she came to the door and she's like, Anthony. And I was like, finally.
Are you doing the thing? Anthony. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. I love real world game stuff. It's hilarious. I was going to give you an example from last night, but it's from James's board game, and I know he's very secretive about it, so I don't want to tell you.
You can tell me after that.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that is a great sounding game. And also it sounds like Gelfling now in my head.
Does it?
Quelfling.
Right. Yeah. Rin says, oh my gosh, I remember one of my Australian friends being obsessed with mac and cheese. They would talk about it constantly. At some point, I came across Aussie-inspired miniature pot pies, and one was macaroni and cheese filled, so I thought it was truly a thing. The mac and cheese pie is excellent, by the way.
Pie. Okay, interesting.
I guess they're called boomerangs. Jake said, I totally have gotten those. Boomerangs. And then Ren screams, yes, Jake!
Boomerang!
Boomerangs! It just came back to me. It took a while, but it came back.
Stop it. That's so good. All right, we have to ask Joe next time they're here what the opinion is of boomerangs.
Yeah.
Very important question. That is
Jake
amazing,
says,
though.
I get it. The joke.
I get it.
got it.
I got it.
Good one, Anthony.
Are you saying that to yourself?
No, Jake said it. But also, I concur. Jake understands and recognizes good humor.
Ah, yes, you can recognize quality.
Waka
when you
waka
see
waka
it.
mole. Oh, I can't get over it. It's so
my
good.
gosh, stop. Stop that.
I'm a fan. It's that great. What are you talking about? It's not that good. Rin says the boomerang pies are made here in Austin, Texas, methinks. So I'm not sure if they're that widespread, but maybe.
Maybe. Possibly.
Maybe.
I don't know. But yeah, I wanna try something like that, but not necessarily make it. I feel
Yeah,
like
I mean, that's fair. You would want to try before you invest the time and effort it takes to create a thing.
True, but also imagine the timing you would need to get pasta inside of a pie cooked like correctly, so it's not just mush.
Don't you?
I don't know. What do you do, Anthony? Tell me.
So it goes in just
It wouldn't
dry
be
pasta?
raw. No, there's no way. But
Yeah,
you
I
also
don't
wouldn't
know.
want it to be completely
I
fully
suppose
cooked.
that's what recipes are for. People have figured these things out, and then you just follow along.
I like to think that, like, the test kitchen was one of those, like, moments of, oh, that's where they figure it out, right? But I don't think that every place has that. Although
I'm not so sure. The test kitchen was them trying to recreate a thing from scratch in a lot of ways, right? Where the actual product, there is a recipe and there is a formula. They just aren't privy to that information.
Yes, but then that's just the YouTube side of it, right? I imagine that the kitchen
I never
exists.
knew too much about the test kitchen. I only knew like Claire's segments and some of Brad's.
I miss those
And then
days.
that one guy smelled stuff.
I'm sure he'd be so happy that his legacy is that one guy smelled stuff. Just like preeminent, attended all the finest of pastry schools or whatever, fancy stuff he got going on. He smelled stuff.
Oh, people are talking about
The
our
smelly
local
good thing.
stores. Ren says, ooh, they do have boomerang pies in Whole Foods in Portland, apparently.
What?
And Jake says, I don't trust recipes, lol. And then Anthony Jackson says, pasta inside of a pie? I'm really curious about it, but sounds really strange. And Ren says, and a store called Fred Meyer.
Huh.
And Jake Green says, Fred Meyer is the main grocery store there, I think.
You'll
And
find
Ren
it
says,
at Fred
apparently,
Meyer.
it has a jingle.
Oh.
Locally, we just call it Freddy's. Ren says...
Anthony's making up stuff on the fly.
No,
We call
100%
it
Freddy's. 100% Freddy's. Who are you even?
What?
Out
Go
of
to
here.
Fred Meyer, pick up a thing.
Yeah,
I'd
I
never
mean,
go
we say
there,
both.
honestly.
Freddy's. Honestly, I could tell.
Honestly.
You're not a regular.
I'm not a regular. I'm not a Freddy. Is that what they're called? Like, or Fredites or something? I don't know. If you go to Fred Meyer, who are you?
Yeah, they're called Freddy's, and they do that thing afterwards with the laughing and the head stuff. Yeah. You have to do that for the doors to open.
It hurts the neck. They all have neck issues. Darn that.
Rin says
Freddy's.
apparently not all locations have the macaroni and cheese variety. The most important one if you enjoy macaroni and cheese.
If you're a mac and cheese fan, put your hands up.
Aaron says Jake Green doesn't trust me in the kitchen.
Ah!
And Jake says, you're why I don't trust recipes, because you never follow one and it's always better. So, well, that became a compliment
sweet.
at the end.
That's sweet.
Twist!
Oh, I like it.
Oh, that's funny. Ashley sometimes doesn't follow recipes, and that's why I do trust them.
A diss. Another Ashley diss. Wow. Chalk it up. Put a tally on the screen. How many Ashley disses can Anthony get in? Oh my gosh.
I can make more dishes than she can dishes.
Waka waka waka.
No, she
denim.
likes her food most of the time, but there has been times where she's like, this is way too much of a thing. And I was like, that's why you measure things.
Measuring's for fools. She's a Freddy, okay? She ain't a fool.
She is.
Okay, just she is. That's it. End of sentence. Wow.
Rin says we have a Freddy's frozen custard here as well.
Ooh, wait,
Ooh.
what? Frozen custard. Yum.
And Aaron agrees with
Like that
Jake.
better.
Aaron never follows the recipe.
I feel like there's a time to follow the recipe and a time not to. And the time is when you decide.
I follow recipes because I don't know the basics of cooking very well, so I need the recipe. Until I get through it a few times, and I'm like, okay, I remember, and I could eyeball what the amounts are.
Yeah.
But the first 5 or so times that I make a recipe, I stick pretty much to the book.
Well, yeah, it's a starting point where you're like, I don't know my bearings yet. You have to start from somewhere.
I didn't grow up cooking. It's only a recent thing that I've gotten into, so I'm learning.
You're learning so well. You're doing great.
Anthony Jackson says, I miss the antics of this stream.
Where you been, Anthony Jackson? How's life? Tell us all the updates.
Rin says, I know someone who follows recipes loosely, so their food never turns out the same way twice. It's a taste bud and texture adventure. Texture? Why texture? So they just cook it longer or less long? And...
Yeah.
Al dente.
Oh, I'm much more on that side of things. Sometimes James will be like, oh, what's the time left on this thing? Because we're both in the kitchen, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm just waiting for it to be right. Just do it. And I can totally understand why that's frustrating as an outsider coming in and they're trying to help, and I'm not helpful in the situation. It's really a solo cooking adventure at that point.
Yeah.
That's why I need to know ahead of time if somebody's going to be cooking with me. Like, if
So we could
Anthony's
film
coming
it.
over, I have to be like, okay, mentally prepare, be nice. Be
And
nice
even then...
and explain things calmly. I try my best. I didn't grow up being nice, so it's a new thing for me. I'm learning.
And you're doing a great job.
Thank you!
Jake says, I salted the pasta water last time I made Kraft mac and cheese for the kids, and it was very salty.
Who would have thunk it?
Dark Hours in the chat. First contact.
Oh, shepherd pie.
They
Wait, what's it called?
remember.
Boomerang pie. Is that a thing?
Boomerang pie.
Tell me more. I need to know more.
Ren says, because she doesn't mix her ingredients very well, so there will be unanticipated textures lurking in the depths of the food. Wow. Yikes.
Excellent. Unanticipated textures is probably the nicest way you could have put that.
I think
like,
that's
dang,
how my brain
generous.
interpreted like boba tea when I first started drinking it. I was like, no, every single time one of those things entered my mouth.
Really? That's so funny.
Because I wasn't expecting the texture. It's not something that's typically in a drink. A jelly ball? No.
Jelly
Weird.
ball. For some reason, it just totally meshed with me. I'm like, ooh, sweet soup.
Sweet soup, sweet soup.
I love boba so much. Ugh.
I like it more now than I did in the beginning.
I mean, you have to now. 90% of the shops near you are boba shops.
I did go to a boba shop the other day and it did not get boba. I got a hot tea.
You cannot get boba? What?
It was rose flavored. It was delicious.
Delicious. I loved it.
It smelled exactly like a rose because I compared it on the way home to actual roses.
A rose that would smell as sweet, tasted even sweeter. Wow.
Yeah, that. Jocko says,
Thanks.
boomerang pie? Never heard of it.
What?
Or had it, but it might still exist. Funnily enough, I had mac and cheese yesterday. And Alessandra says, and I posted pics of some flowers I took, and it reminded me of your drawing flowers on the stream.
Ah!
And Rin says, it's hard to be nice sometimes. I'm normally too honest because I have a weird thing against lying, fibbing, especially if someone I'm close to. Yep.
I understand. I think honesty
I feel like I'm that way
generally the best policy. You just have to get a real thick skin if you're around someone who says it like it is.
If they ask for it like it is, I suppose. But sometimes there's unsolicited advice and commentary that comes out.
Well, and also just like the feeling of lying by omission or something. You might feel like, oh, I have to say it or else, you know.
That's such a plot point in so many shows and books of like someone knows something but they didn't say something because they felt like it wasn't their place to say, and then the person finds out that they knew and then they try to explain why they didn't say anything, and it's always such a hubbub, but then there's usually a resolution, and then people have to work through things a lot of the time to get to a satisfying conclusion.
Man, that's life. I feel like that's
It's
realistic
life.
reading or writing because it's
Yeah.
a lot of what people do have to work on is just communicating better with other humans.
Mm-hmm. Jake says boomerangs in the brand. Are mac and cheese pot pies or hand pies a popular thing in Australia? Question mark. And Rin says, yes, but I generally try to find the positive things to focus on. That's good.
Positive.
Jake says, yeah, lack of communication definitely complicates plots. Yes. Frustratingly so, as like an outside perspective of like, just do this thing. We see how it's affecting everyone involved.
As an outside observer, frustration.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh, I was listening to a podcast where they were reading the I can't say the word on the stream. Am I the butthole? I think I shouldn't have said that either.
No, it's fine. We get it.
And there's a section on Reddit where people basically just say, here's the situation. Am I in the wrong? Are they in the wrong? What's going on? Some outside perspective, please. And 9 times out of 10, they're always just like, talk to each other. Like, literally
Yeah.
just talk about what you're saying right here. If they just read this, then they'd know 90% more than they did before, and the problem would probably be solved. So, it's a constant. Joe
People love
just
that you said it.
is exactly like you in Ryan and Andre's stream. Just like, you
watch
said
out,
it, so
Behance
I'm
will
gonna
come
say
for
it.
you.
Tell the story.
There's
They need to
context, there's
know.
context. Well, I can't say it.
Yes, you can. You can talk about it in ways that are creative and fun. I trust
Like
you.
what? I don't know enough. I don't know many synonyms for.
You don't? Really? You must not have been a female.
Yeah, you got me. What do they call them in Hocus Pocus? What was it?
I didn't know they referred to them in Hocus Pocus.
In Hocus Pocus, they definitely refer to them.
Anatomically, what's on a woman's chest? Anthony,
In Hocus
they talked
Pocus.
about it on a stream once on Behance, and then Anthony typed it into the chat, and then got a reprimand.
Yabos, I think, maybe?
Yavos! Yeah!
Is that right?
That's totally right. I
They said
that.
it, and then I just blurted it out in the chat, and then Behance emailed me, and they were like,
Stop it.
"You're
Get out of here,
on
you
strike,"
naughty
or
boy.
something like that. And then I emailed back, and I was like, excuse me, but...
And they were like, stop. Just
They're
don't
like, who
do
are you? I was just trying to do my job. And I was like, yeah, I need you to understand that. I'm okay and fine.
No, you're out here yaboing it up. Come on,
Yabbo.
bad boy.
Yabbo dabbo doo.
That's new meaning in that cartoon. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Oh, Jake's gonna get in trouble now. Oh no, we're getting more people in trouble.
Yeah, it might be, I guess.
No, it is not a bad word at all. It is an anatomical fact, and there are different names for things all the time, of course. Some of them have
This is so funny.
varying
This was one of the
connotations. I would
Quelf
say
questions.
golf questions.
Quelf.
Golf.
Yeah, it said nicknames for anatomical body parts. It got interesting. One of
And
the
yet
more wholesome
yabos.
ones was fingies. Fingies. Like your fingers. God, it was supposed to be the wholesome one, and you were just like, I'm disgusted.
No, I was thinking, what of the non-wholesome ones could that be? And then I got it. Oh, it's like calling an elbow a
Weenus,
knob.
that came up.
I don't know.
Well, okay, that's a different one.
I was trying to come up with on the fly. Your skull is your cranium. That's not
Yeah,
a
sure.
nickname.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, Jan. Thanks.
Dark Hour says, oh yeah, Behance has emailed me a couple of times, but that's because I was actually doing my job. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I'm glad the Dark Hours is on top of it. Like, oh yeah. It's a constant.
Anthony Jackson says, we're all going to get canceled. And Rin says, I think exclaiming it randomly in chat is just a trollish thing, basically. Yeah, that's probably how it came across, but it was in context with the situation and conversations.
Yeah, they were probably not tuned into the conversation at
You
that
don't
moment.
get that. You just get the chat log of someone just screamed that randomly. No, it was relevant. Jake says, Krusty the Clown called them Magungas, I think.
Magungas.
Dark Hour says, yabba dabba doo. And then Rin says, but not in context with the streams happening, of course. Oh gosh. And then Jake says, quote, I've got blisters on my fingies. And Rin says, what even is happening anymore? And then Dark Hour says, this is just how it is now, Rin.
Who knows? This is
about
life.
25
now.
minutes left of this.
Oh, we're gonna get finished. We're gonna do
buffoonery.
it. We're gonna do it. Okay.
What part are we on? What's the checklist looking like?
7 more items.
That's not true. You only listed 3 in the beginning.
Yeah, I put more on. Duh.
What? Where?
More on.
Duh.
Duh. The dumb part is a lot of this is gonna get cut off in the end anyway. So. Oops.
Maybe you could make this available as well on your Patreon.
Nah, I'd paint more if I.
Hey, you did that WNYC thing again. I think
Oh my gosh,
do it a
yeah,
lot.
I do it all the time. I am WNYC. That's your annual reminder to watch or listen to Radio Lab. Radio Lab. WNYC.
Dark Hours makes shopping list. Must acquire additional items not on list. This is my fate. Aaron says, I have to go get ready for roller derby practice. It was so
Ooh,
lovely to join you all. I will
have
be
so
asking
much
my
fun.
boss, a certified arborist, about carnivorous trees ASAP. Thank you.
Amazing.
And
Thank
roller
you.
derby, cool.
Also, in roller derby, land on your butt. Good job. Do it. It's all about landing right.
Don't land at
I've
all.
seen videos.
Stay up.
Stay up. Stay up. No, you'll never always stay up. But have fun. Enjoy yourself.
Aaron doesn't know why
Enjoy.
they use parentheses. I liked them. I like the, like, ooh, this is like a fun secret part of the message.
Oh, the
More
secret
context
part.
added? Yeah.
Ooh,
Parentheses.
ah.
Love them. Keep using them.
See, Anthony
everywhere.
reads the chat, and so I don't know when there are parentheses used, and that's why it's a fun secret.
It's a fun secret. Maybe I'll whisper things in parentheses. Yeah, exactly.
And I'll also look into carnivorous trees.
A certified arborist about carnivorous trees ASAP.
Amazing. I love it.
What do you do in roller derby? Do you know? Wasn't Drew Barrymore in a movie
it's a whole
about
game.
roller derby? A game? Is there a
Yeah.
ball?
There's something that you hold.
The derby.
The derby, yes. Aaron will have to tell everything about this, but yeah, I watched a video on Watcher about it. They played roller derby actually and learned how to do it, and it's like kind of a crazy rink or whatever. It's not flat. It's got like angled
Ups and
sides.
downs. Angled sides.
Angled sides, and then a center that's flat, and the center you stay out of. So the entire time, basically, they're like up on the edge.
Jake says you just skate.
You just skate. Okay, well, I was looking at a video of a professional roller derby team or something like that. So it was not like probably what, I don't know. I don't know
Jake
if there
has
are
some
other
more
facets
context.
of it.
Yeah,
So.
Jake has some more. Zuzu illustration in the chat saying the colors are so pretty, so cohesive.
Oh, thank you.
And then Jake says there's a jammer and they have to get all the way around and they get a point for every opponent they pass.
There you go. So the jammer is what you're carrying, not the derby.
What's a jammer look like? A ball? Wait, did you describe it?
Bad mama jamma.
What? Dark Hour says roller derby is racing in an angled circle and going the fastest you can? Question mark. Jake says jammer is a person. You hold a person? A whole person?
No.
Jake says there's not a thing to hold.
Okay, never mind. There's not a thing to hold. I am incorrect. Jake is knowing of all things.
Jake is an episode of Defunct.
What?
He's really telling me how it actually is.
Okay.
You weren't. You were lying.
I would never lie to you. I remind myself to be nice to you every time we cook together.
You remind yourself? Okay, it's Anthony. Be nice to him. He will annoy you. He is bad.
No, it's more like
you be nice to him.
I'm Chris Traeger in the bathroom staring at myself and saying,
Stop pooping.
Nice.
You don't call me Anthony Sims.
Yeah, I do. Every single time I see you, I say, first contact, Anthony Sims.
First contact. Like, totally natural, Anna.
I made myself laugh. Waka waka.
That's good. Dark Hour says there's
like
a
that
book
one.
somewhere that is full of all the bruises people have gotten on their butts from falling / getting pushed. And it is beautiful. Jake Green says, I am defunct. Defunct.
That funk, that do, that did the bit. Give it to
Dark Hours goes on to say, this reminds me that I want to watch that roller derby movie with Elliot Page. I think I would like it. Oh,
I
yeah.
did not know there was one.
I think that's the one I was thinking of. Is Drew Barrymore also in that? I feel like Drew Barrymore was also in that. Could be wrong, though.
Honestly?
Be wrong. It's called Whip It. Yeah, Whip It.
It.
Whip It. Jake Green says it's good. Dark Hours goes on to say, for contexts, it's beautiful because of all the colors in the bruises. As someone that bruises easily, I really relate. Jake says Drew Barrymore is in it. Yes. Is she the jammer?
Bad Mama Jamma. Yes.
What's your favorite Drew Barrymore movie? Top 3, I guess. Hard to narrow that one down.
Never Been Kissed.
Yeah.
This is a lot of brain power for me right now. Probably gonna have to say Wedding Singer.
Mm-hmm.
But I hold the right to remove it if I find something else.
Sure.
Ever After?
Oh,
Definitely
such a good
up
one.
there.
Yeah. That's 3. Good job.
Well, you can think of more. Come on.
Well, Ever After is probably my top one with Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, but you asked for 3.
I did. I'd say Wedding Singer and Never Been Kissed are most quotable, or at least what we quote. Julia Gulia.
Josie Grossi.
Josie Grossi. Yeah, it's just names.
Oh.
I haven't seen E.T. in a while, but she was in that one.
It's a baby. She's like
And
not
then
even
Firestarter.
Firestarter. Yeah, which they just did a remake of, and I saw a review and they said no.
I saw a couple of reviews and they also said no.
There you go. Consensus reached.
Too bad.
That was a
Jake
Stephen
says
King
it's
novel,
not quite realistic to Derby, mostly the safety contact rules. Jammer is usually the smallest, fastest skater available, so they can get around all the blockers, but not always. And then Rin says, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm curious about Drew Barrymore in the old Firestarter. Oh yeah. I heard that one was better than the new one.
Is that saying much? I don't know. I do not know.
I think it was saying that it was more faithful to the book.
Yeah, which is a Stephen King novel, I believe.
Yeah.
We're almost there, guys. Just have a few little touches.
Jake says, I love how Anna turns into the prodigy every time she says Firestarter.
I am the Firestarter. You've heard that song, right?
I must have. I've at least heard snippets of it every time I talk to you about Drew Barrymore and Firestarter.
Gotta have it. Gotta have it in your brain. It's good stuff.
Rin says, a new Fantastic Beasts came out yesterday-ish. We watched the beginning of it, but I'm having difficulty getting into it.
Mixed feelings.
Yeah, that's how I am too. Especially with that new game that looks amazing. Stupid.
Stupid. I know. We are fully in support of the trans community and anybody affiliated, and a lot of the stuff that's going down with the trans community, it's crap. So if you're in those states that can vote on things in the US, please do.
Yeah.
Boop. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it good for now, and I'll open this up into, actually I should do a little bit zhuzhing on this ground plane. Just want like some zoop, 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 zoop. That kind of zhuzhing, you know how I do that?
Jake says, I love these trees.
Wow, they're great. They've been a lot of fun to work on. I think that I will always have an ever-evolving thought process and style. I'm definitely at like one of those cruxes of like not quite being where I want to be in skill set of especially rendering foliage. So this was a really good exercise to get me somewhere, but I will perpetually be moving forward. And that's what we all got to do when we feel that moment of like not yet there, but don't let that make you stop making stuff. Okay, I want a little bit more, like, something around the base of this. Alright, that's enough. There's not much of the grass area that shows anyway, and I'm fine with it being a little abstracty. So what I'm going to do is change to our big faces. Hi, we're gigantic again. And I'm going to
gigantic.
Open Photoshop, save this, open it in Photoshop. I'm opening Photoshop and I'm opening this in Photoshop. And then we will pop it into the current piece and see how it's looking. How exciting. I should have opened Photoshop first. yeah, this is perfect timing. We could look at the Animal Channel. And where in the world? Alessandra's been updating with photos. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness! Yes, I am My Hero Academia. Thank you for noticing. Okay.
Which character was that?
That was All Might. Oh my goodness!
He says, "Oh my goodness."
Yeah.
Do you guys watch it in English?
Okay, it's a meme of All Might.
You lost me.
Okay. It's not.
You know I don't do memes.
It's in the show, but it's been memeified, and so I am surprised that you've never seen like the oh my goodness, because that's like right when his face changes from the skinny version to like the big version.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But anywho's it's what's it's fine.
It is fine.
I'm gonna open this. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. Close reflector. We don't need it anymore. Thank you for your time, your patience. But we don't need you. Come on. And then Photoshop's just not gonna do anything. Ooh, come on. Okay. We're gonna just look at stuff while Photoshop takes a break. So check this out. Went to another park, y'all, and homemade chocolate ice cream place. Oh my goodness. I love these little places where you find like, oh yeah, they actually do their own ice cream and chocolate and whatever. And one time, I still kick myself, I found a bowl that had a very cute pastel kind of rainbow going up it, and then all along the rim it said, I scream. Like the letter I and then scream. Yep. And it's just repeated all the way around the edge of the bowl, and I so regret not buying that. Oh, it was perfect. It was perfect.
You could make one in the future when you get into ceramics.
Someday, when I get into ceramics, oh boy, the tea world is gonna hear about my little ceramic birds. It's gonna be great. Look at those. They're bursting out of their little planter areas. This is gorgeous. It makes me feel like it's like Italian or something. These little outdoor areas with the plants coming out. What do you think?
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah. Or maybe like Provence, France or something. Oh, this makes me want to buy everything. Hillards. I want to zoom in and see what kind of things are in these jars, but it all looks good. Gimme, gimme. Ooh, spends more time with Dad. Oh yeah, reminder, Father's Day is coming up. Woohoo! Congrats, Papas. Oh my gosh. So, Alessandra, tell me, did you get any of the chocolates? And if so, what was your favorite? Tell me, because I need to know.
I could go for a piece of fudge.
Oh, oh, he's grown so much. Oh my gosh, the babies. They are so grown up. I cannot believe it. Also, look at your plants. They're thriving. Oh. Babies. Babies, but they're all grown up.
So
wow.
cute.
So beautiful. Look at that crispness. They look like a picture of a corgi. Also, dog, right here.
Dog.
The best way to socialize your dogs with other dogs is just have a bunch of dogs. Look at that baby.
That perfect being.
So perfect. Oh, it's like we're petting. See, look, this is me. I'm petting. Oh, give them some extra ear rubs for me. They're beautiful, they're precious, and I love them. Oh, that's on the Animal Channel in the Discord, so definitely check that out and post pictures of her animals if you would be so kind. Okay, now I can open the file, which is right here. Boom.
Alessandra says, yes, I got $40 of chocolate. My favorite was milk chocolate walnut squares. Yum, yum, yum,
That's
yum,
amazing, Alessandra. I am very happy for you. Delicious. Okay, opening in Photoshop. Sorry it takes a second, but this will be worth it because we're going to plop it in and it's going to look so good. Okay. So we've got our piece here, and then we've got our new foliage thingy. So we just have to go in here and find where our foliage is currently. I believe it's right here. Yes. So I'm just going to drag and drop and press shift while I do that to make sure it stays in place. And then... Okay, so we can just look at it. Like, well, I guess I should probably have the cutouts applied. This is all a clipping mask, so that's what's going on, if you don't know. Okay, so before? After. Before? After. Oh my goodness! We added an entire tree right there. That's crazy.
It looked like that bird was carrying a ribbon or something.
Oh yeah, the pink line. Totally.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is where it's at right now. We can also still zhuzh it within here. We can move all of these other layers above and they'll stay attached to the window masking layer, so we can like make it really whatever section we want. Kind of like it around here, like this, something like that. And then I also fleshed out the birds a little bit and worked on just some of the details around here. I kind of want to make his paw a little bit more rotund because it feels a little like it's cut off right there. And then work on the shadow shape a little bit of him reflected in this window. I realized at a certain point when I was messing around with like how to make it feel a bit more like windows on a wall, that putting these inset shadows like on the glass really helped. So just a little hot tip for you if you want to make windows.
Rin says, this piece has come together so well, it's gorgeous. And Jake says, it looks so good.
Yeah, there's the shadow layer. Thank you. You guys are too sweet. Like sugar. Or like chocolate. $40 worth of chocolate.
Yum. Yum.
Yum.
Rin says, the inset shadows are chef's kiss. And Jake says, I support the paw chonkification.
Yeah, you gotta get those chonky paws. Gotta make sure this shadow's hitting just right. And let the music's playing. Boom. Alessandra says the chocolate's almost gone and I got them on Saturday. Excellent. As it should be. I love a milk chocolate, but I'll tell you what, dark chocolate with something inside like honeycomb is probably my favorite of all time. You know about honeycomb?
I do, yeah.
Because you're a genius. Should we put a face on it?
Like the eye reflecting in the window?
Just ever so slightly.
Oh,
ever so slightly.
It's the same color as the grass.
I don't know, should it be lighter or darker?
Darker.
I think it takes away from it a little bit too much.
Me too.
Okay. Let's see here.
You could put the outfit back on it.
I do have the outfit layer still. I don't think it fits on anymore.
No.
If you guys missed it, I was the cat for a time. Or the cat was me. I don't know.
I love it. Oh, and it was painting the scene. That's what the
yeah, exactly.
It's little paintbrush.
The art.
Jake says the way the shadow lays over the scene outside kind of makes it look like a reflection, like the cat has a vertical line for an eye.
Yeah, I want it to be a reflection where it's like, oh, you're thinking that this vertical line is the eye. It's like, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I see that.
I'm not mad at that. I wanted it to read kind of like reflection and kind of like just showing depth of the window, basically. But if you guys have any specific feelings about it, let me know.
Alessandra says, Anna, they had so many choices of dark chocolate. If you were there, it would be so hard to pick.
I want them all.
And Rin says, "How did I miss the Anna kitty?" I think it was only there for like 20 seconds. She kind of
how
scribbled
did
it
you
in
miss
and then
it?
turned it off immediately. Because it was something I requested.
And I was being nice.
Yeah, she had to poke herself in the forehead and say, "Be nice to him, be nice to him."
Someday it'll happen, you know? Someday I'll be nice. Okay. Are there any last touches that we want to do? I have a glow layer that doesn't really fit the birds especially anymore. Thinking we redo it. Let's go in there. Do a soft light with a really light yellow. And then maybe we do like a soft brush? Or do you want textured brush?
For the glow layer?
Yeah.
I don't know if you do texture all the time with glow, do you? Let's try it. You
I
can make it
usually
soft.
start with texture and then I can blur it if I want to.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think we need more yellow in this, personally. What do you think? Is that good light?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna hit a bit of the birds, kind of gently. Do I want it to be like that, or do I want it to be more centralized? Sorry, I'm testing out. I also see the error in my top left corner that was happening. I don't know what that was.
The navigator?
It was Navigator, but I don't have Navigator open, so it was glitching.
Oh, it really wanted to be open.
Yeah, it was like, navigate!
Remember me?
Go without me! Basically.
Alessandra says, "I wonder what the cat is thinking." And Jake says, "If it's like my cat, it's thinking verb." And making those chittery little cat noises.
I feel like... What if we put this to hot light, or hard light, whatever it's called?
Hot light.
Too much? Vivid light? Oh, we'll keep it on soft light. Just want them to be really bright, and I wonder if... Let me just test if... Yeah, it's just my screen. My screen is pretty dark right now for some reason. Zoop. Okay, so we're on that soft light layer, and I wanted more light to peek in through these windows, kind of like leaking. Leaking light. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna blur this. Too much noise. I love noise, but sometimes it's too much.
Suzu says, "There is one particular kind of cat, I think they live in the desert, that can make sounds of puppies."
What?
Ooh, that's cute.
Is it? I feel like that would be a little disconcerting.
Cats that sound like puppies? That sounds cute.
What do puppies sound like?
Suzu says, "Sand cat it is." What do
the sand
puppies
cats,
sound like?
yeah.
I don't know, they like have high-pitched little... Yeah, like whimpers, or I don't know. What's a word that doesn't make it sound like it's being hit?
Sure. I'm gonna add a little bit more light to the top of these trees. Try to add it, or make it feel like it's really light out here. That was always the effect I was going for. Light leak, light leak. Alright, now we're gonna blur it, if I'm allowed to Photoshop.
Jake says, "Puppies now sound like Mario." LOL.
Let's go! It's a me, Puppio! Yahoo! Yeah? Or do puppies sound like Mickey?
Has there been a dog in a Mario game?
There.
I don't know. There's that ghost dog in Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, yeah. 0.
No.
I don't know. You should get on that because they're, ooh, there are cat abilities, right? In the newer Mario games, they have that like bell that you become. Blur, Gaussian blur.
Adam in the chat saying evening.
Evening, Adam.
Welcome.
How are you today?
Jake says chain shops sound like dogs. Yeah, that's true. I guess there is even someone that keeps one as a dog, right? In Link's Awakening, I feel like there's just one outside of someone's house chained up to a post.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's inhuman.
We're at 5 o'clock.
Well, we're at glow o'clock, really. So.
Woo. Make me glow, 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 glow.
Wake me up before you glow, glow.
How far will you go?
They say I'm going crazy.
Oh, it's 5:01. Time is literally flying by.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, Anthony needs to get to his walk, clearly.
I do.
So...
Speaking of dogs.
Walk that dog.
Ashley needs to take me on my walk.
Bark, bark. Alright, so this is the piece as it is right now. I might make the smallest of changes, but this is generally it. This is a 4-part series here on the stream, so thank you so much for everybody who's like stuck it out with us.
4
it was, I think so, yeah. This is part 3, it says, but I didn't mark part 1. It was just Chateaux.
Oh.
So thank you so much for sticking around. If you if you didn't catch the past streams, there are replays, and hello everybody in replay land. We love you, we appreciate you. Hello from the past. How's the future? Hopefully better? I hope. Okay, so this is going to be available on my Patreon. If you want to join that, there's a link down below. And Anthony, is there anything you'd like to say before we say goodbye?
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in, friends. I hope that your life is going
Go enjoy the nice
quality.
weather if it's nice outside.
Exactly. Final contact. Okay, so Ryan just got in here. Bye, Ryan. Good to see you. With that said, everybody, get vaccinated, get boosted, wear a mask, be kind to yourself and to others. Remember that you are loved, and we will see you again very soon. I believe, Anthony, you're not going to be here on Thursday, but I will be. So I'll see you guys then. Or maybe I will be. I don't know. Depends on if we plan something.
Yeah.
If you want the latest updates on when we are going live, definitely be a part of the Discord, because that's going to be where we put all of the most time-pressing information.
Snaps.
The snaps. Okay, bye!
Bye.
Time for the after party. This is where we can say things like fingies.
What? You can't say that. That's inappropriate.
I'm going to point at you and send you a boomerang pie with my fingies.
You're pointing at me? Does that mean
you.
something?
With my fingies. I just need something to do with them.
Wiggle them. Whoa.
I'm wiggling them real fast.
Are you going to go on a walk?
I'm definitely going to go on a walk. It seems like a cloud just obscured the sun, which might be a ideal thing because it was really hot before.
I know. My weather icon at the bottom of my computer was saying like, high UVs. Oh gosh.
Run away.
Get out of the sun.
Yeah, I'm going to go take a walk. I'll see y'all later. Go check out other Behance streamers because they're awesome. Bye.
Yeah. See ya.